Hi, welcome to the live stream of Yazz. It's Wednesday, 27th of April, 2022, and I'm Zubair, your host. Okay, so let's give you some context. So, this live stream is about Yazz, which is a low code tool to build web apps. I'll just show you a quick demo here. So you can see that you can build apps with a like GUI editor. You can do things like you can add a button. So you can see here now we have a URL on the web and it does something. Okay, so this live stream is about how I'm building Web3 smart contract capabilities into this tool. So how do I do that? What tools do I have? So I'm using WebStorm from IntelliJ, which is a fantastic tool, and it's good because Yazz is built in JavaScript on the front end, JavaScript and HTML, and it's built with JavaScript using Node.js on the back end. So IntelliJ WebStorm allows you to debug your applications and step over your server-side code. Debugging front-end code is a bit easier because you can just put the debugger. Let's find something. You can put the debugger keyword into your code and you'll hit a breakpoint. To do that, though, you'll have to have this inspector open. Then when you get to the debugger, it stops wherever that code is. Okay, anyway, so we had a session yesterday, and in that session I'll go over what we did. So let's just start the system. So you can see here nothing's on, and you can see here that I just realised I've started this episode 8 minutes too early, so I don't know if it's going to annoy anyone because I haven't really had anyone watching yet. Not watching live anyway. So I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it's just me. So you can just watch the video, which is once the session's over. The only reason to watch live is if you want to like post comments or ask questions in the chat. Okay, so here's where we were yesterday. So we start the survey here. So WebStorm starts the Node.js server in debug mode, and then here in the front end we load the app. You can see it's a lot faster here than when we do this on the public web, and that's because it takes time to download stuff. So that's something that has to be looked at performance-wise in the future. See, you can see that it's kind of slow, but here, look, boom, it's fast. Okay, and that even includes editing apps. Is a lot slower on the public web. Okay, so let's see. So this is where we got to yesterday. So we'd add a smart contract. We'd compile it, and we'd deploy it. We'd say confirm, and it's just deploying to the Ethereum testnet. There you can see it's deployed. It's spent some ETH there. and it made a new control. So this control should access that contract. But you can see here it's added the count property, but it didn't add the increment function. Why is that? Well, that's because when it added the methods for the smart contract, it did those from, let's see, it added the methods okay, added the methods here. Here it added the count method that there's two things. It adds this kind of declaration here, adds this property, and that lets the count display here, and then it has to do something in the back end, and that's here. So I can show you this working. So if we take a button here and we say let ABC equals dot count. Actually, this is incorrect. This should say await dot count because it's an asynchronous function. This is a JavaScript thing, by the way. Okay, anyway, so then we say alert ABC. You can see here 1. So when you click that button, it actually talks to the Ethereum test blockchain, and it gets that value. Okay. Now here's the thing: we want it so that it can also increment a number. So we can say await dot increment. It doesn't work. Doesn't work because it doesn't have the increment function. By the way, what we should do first, let's fix this await thing here. Let's see. Okay, so let's do this. So this means it adds a weight to the actual code. Let's just test that though first. Okay, so stop, debug. We say new dapp, compile, deploy. At some point we can add unit tests to all this stuff, but right now we kind of don't have much choice but to do everything the long way, but going through and clicking everything. So deployed, delete, so we're here. So now let's add a button. Let's say clicked event, let value equals count. So now it adds your weight. And you can say alert. Yay, okay. Oh, changing GitHub. Changes. Okay, but here's the thing. What we want to do is, like here you can see we've hard coded in our EVM contract, which is the component that compiles Ethereum, which is here. We've hard coded that when you deploy something, it adds this count. It only adds count. But we also want it that it can add, so that it can add increment as well. However, increment is okay, let's add increment. To do that, let's look at our demo contract. Okay, you can see here increment. Okay, so let's add it as a method as well. These are the I don't know, literal string enclosures or something. I can't remember what they're called in JavaScript, but it means you can put a lot of different text inside them. Okay, so let's have a look. Here. So okay, let's try this. Let's see if this works. Maybe we're missing something here. Okay, let's try that. Okay. So let's run it again and let's see what happens. Okay, so compile. I have to fix these camera angles. At some point I realise you can kind of just see the bottom of my head, or from a weird angle. Anyway, let's see here. So we'll add the control and we'll add a button. And when they click this button, it can say let A1 equals dot count alert A1. We can say let A2. No, then we can say await super control dot increment. We can say we can get the count again. A1. Okay. Okay. Now I need to wait twice. Let's do this. Does that work? Oh, no. Don't know, even that doesn't work. Okay. So maybe we can start debugging this. Find out why it doesn't work. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Grab that, compile, deploy. Let's see. And this is with IntelliJ WebStorm, which is this, comes into its own because now I don't need to rely on console.log. Okay, let's see. ABI, you can see here. This is nice, it just shows me contract address, what the property is. Oh, here it says make some new properties. What's this one? Count, okay. And here it's saying and the methods. We add the count method first. That's why. No. Then tries to add the increment function. Okay, add them. Let's see. Increment account. Let's try that again. Zero dot account. Unless it breaks it, so it must be okay. Let's try it again. Media. File. Deploy. We need to look at what it's generated, what code it's actually made. So Yazz count. Oh, it's a bit difficult. Oh, it's a bit hard to look at. What we could do here, we could actually save something. Could save it as a file. Let's try to do this. Just save it as z.text. Let's try that. Yeah, sometimes the debugger is not the best way to find out what's going on. Okay, so let's do this again and see if it saves the file. Compile, deploy. So in a way, what we're doing is we're just trying to see if we can add two methods to this component, to this one here. Let's see. Here. maybe here. No, let's see. Okay. Oh, here. Court get property, I think. Ah, let's see here. Let's see, this looks. Ah, it's got. No, that's it's copied that code from the other, because it's a copy of it's copy of the contract, and the contract code has that in it. So we're looking for the methods. Ah, here. Increment. Ah, so maybe you've got the increment method. Oh, I see. Let's see. Let's delete this. So we're saying that. So this doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. But this. No, don't add that twice. On that. But that should work. No, it doesn't. Oh. Let's see. Or maybe it doesn't have this anywhere. Yeah. Oh, no, it does. So the problem is I can't see what's wrong. Call methods. Maybe I should look at the original contract code. doesn't have that. Oh, maybe I didn't copy it all. No. Is that the same as here? Core method sync. What differences are there here? Because we know the count worked. Oh, let's think about this one sec. Okay, so we know that count worked. Let's see. Change my seating position a bit. Into EVM contract. What have we got in this demo contract? Oh, we got less. See what happens here. Let's look at the method again. Increment. This. You call it async, method async. Refresh contract instance. Oh yeah, it has that. Okay, maybe it's to do with the ordering of when I added the code. Let's see what happens if I only add increment. Let's see. Let's just save this. Not that. Save this contract. It's so abstract sometimes, building a development tool. It's very easy to get lost in things. So now let's delete this. Let's delete this. See what happens here. So okay, so let's compile a contract. Here you can see the count and the increment. Eventually we want to get these automatically from the ABI and then generate the methods on the GUI component. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're here. Has increment, which is good. So now if we have a button here, we say this is not Let's look at our increment is here. So it doesn't have an ID. Hang on. Have we done it here? Hang on. That should be the code. I realise what I've done wrong. I've copied this from the ABI, which is the JavaScript that the Solidity compiler returns. I've copied the wrong thing. Okay, so I know what to do now. I thought this looked a bit weird. I need to do okay. So I need to have this. So this should work. That must have screwed up a lot of stuff. Okay, now let's try it. Okay, let's see. So go here, new dapp. So compile Solidity, deploy. You see the compilation is fast, but deploying to Ethereum, that takes some time. That really does. Let's see. There. So now let's have a look. What are we doing? No. Here you can see we have increment and count. Okay, so now if we add a button here, we say the ABC equals dot count. Does that work? It's funny, it still says not a function. Oh yeah, because there's another problem where it's overwritten the count function. But now increment should work. Yeah, that actually works. Seeing it asks, so it tries to add 1 to the count in that smart contract. Okay, so that's right. So that works. So fixed hard-coded smart contract definition. Okay. So what we could do, we can actually comment that out. We might use that later for debugging. Let's just say added debug code. I always have to make sure it starts up at least. Even adding one character can screw things up in a program, and it's just good hygiene to do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so one sec. Okay, so now we have the thing where it didn't add, you can see here, it didn't add both the implementation. It added here, it added increment and count, but it didn't in implementation. It only added increment. So I think we can fix that by going to add method here. One sec. So let's see here, save helper. So when we do, we're doing replace between. So this shouldn't really be replaced between. We need to have something else called add between. Or add. Or add before. What does this do? Insert code string. We could do get between. Yeah, get between. Let's say start index. We just return target substring start index end index. Let's see if that works. Get between. Yeah, this shouldn't be in here. This is not generic enough because it uses all of this stuff. You can say here, let listing code equal this dot get between you can say existing code plus new method. Let's see what happens there. Okay, let's see. So new dapp. Does this, do that, compile, deploy. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so is it deployed? It's not deployed yet. What's happened here? Pending. Let's see. Sometimes even the test network can slow down a bit, that means. Let's speed it up. Alright, let's try it again. Deploy. It did actually say it didn't deploy, which is good. Let's get some more ETH while we're waiting. Copy. There. And this should go up soon. So we've got 5.5. Okay, so we can see here. No, but so we've received that ETH. but we still haven't been able to cancel those. Transaction was not mined within 50 blocks. Oh, come on. Let's try again. Compile, deploy, confirm. See, these are both queued still. I guess it must. Things must get busy on test network at this time or something. Maybe the US. What time is it in the US? USA time. Oh, it must be because the US wakes up and then suddenly. Yeah, USA NY time. Yeah, the US must have, like 8:30, people must suddenly start testing smart contracts or something in New York, I guess. I'm guessing here. Anyway, okay. It's just not going through, is it? What's a good way to do this? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, these two are cancelled. That's good. So that must have happened. There it is. This, I think we have to do it again, honestly. So we do this. Just do it. Compile, deploy. Go. Now let's see. Let's see if it can deploy this. Still waiting. So you cancelled. Okay, we can try speeding it up. Gee, that might not look like much, but that's already, with the current price of Ethereum, that's like $30. I'm just going to keep trying to speed it up. Yeah, it says it was not mined. Okay. Let's try again. If I keep having this issue every day, then either I have to switch networks, figure out what causes this, or maybe do the podcast earlier by half an hour. I could do that. I could. You hear it says it's done it. It says it's done it, but here it hasn't come back. See, that's strange. What did it say here? Nothing. Try it again. Dear. No, let me stop and start it. So go here, new app. Nothing's deployed. Go in. Compile. Deploy. Confirm. So I'm just waiting here for this to deploy, and then when it's deployed it should go into here. Maybe when I sped up the transaction, that's what that kind of broke the connection that it had with the UI here. I'm wondering if that's the case. Right. Let's speed up transaction in MetaMask. Break Web3 connection. So it doesn't know here. So it means it's deployed. Here it says, see. Let's just speed it up here. So it says your system doesn't know. Yes, I don't think that. Okay, so the speed up doesn't actually show. Oh, it's interesting. And now it says it's deployed. So you can say copy transaction ID. Okay, view on Block Explorer. That's the contract. Copy the contract. Okay, let's just manually do this for now. Save. This means that, but it didn't make the new component. Oh, this is very strange. Maybe I can try it again. So I do that. I say compile, deploy, edit. Edit suggested fee to be high. Okay, let's try that. Confirm. Now let's see what happens. Oh, okay. So now we're here. Add method. Let's see here. Existing code. Oh, there's not much. Okay, so it adds that code. Then it says existing code. Ah, so let's see. So we can see here. It's got the contract address. It's got count and increment, but let's see if they work. So let ABC equals the count. Okay, we're given error message. ABC. 1. Okay. And let's say the increment. Okay. Try to let us increment it. Okay. I don't know if that's worked though. Yeah, it's still pending. Ah, okay, that worked. And then we can actually do this again. Let's try this. Click me. 2. So it's, we incremented it earlier, so it's 2. And then it says do a transaction, confirm. So let's see. So once it's confirmed, it should go past that line. Okay. Okay, so it's 3. See, okay, so that's good. So that's good. So we can say fixed the add method function. Add method should really be moved into Electron.js very generic, meaning you need these things in there. Okay, so that's good. So what we're saying here is we can now make 2 methods inside the so we've made a smart contract, and we've got this component to access it, and in that component we've got a count and increment method, and that count and increment is the same as these, but we don't yet generate these automatically. These are hard coded. So if you see sorry, excuse me. If you see, what am I saying here? So if you look here, if you look here, you can see here where we're just hard coding these 2 properties. But what we really want to do is we want to get these from this ABI. So what we really want to do is, where's the ABI? Okay, I can see it here anyway. So when we do the deployment, we want to read this, and we want to read this. So we want to go through that in just before we deploy. So you can see here well, that should be here. So here we can say something like Ms deploy code. There's a couple of things we can do. We can make this a bit more generic. We can say new properties, we can say here smart contract methods. Here we can have like let smart contract methods equal that, and then we can also have smart contract methods code. And that can be here. So let smart contracts methods code equal that. So we're just making it a bit more generic. So we're saying here new properties. Oh, what happened here? Oh yeah, we're saying, oh, it hasn't really showed it very well. Let's see if that works. So we go here. And we say new D app. Add it here. Pass solidity. Deploy. Let's make the gas fee higher. You see it's used a lot of gas because, well, actually not that much, but let's see. Okay, it's done it. It's fast actually. Let's just resume. Okay, we're here. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. Here. Let's have a button here. When they click it, it can do increment, and then it can do count, and then just alert. Okay, so we do that, confirm, and it should come back with the number 2 at some point when it's deployed, when it's run the smart contract. Yeah, great. So just stay here, cleaning up the code. You can see this copy component is here, and this the smart contract. Oh, it's because the text was the same. Yeah, so added the increment stuff there, and then it says, yeah, there, new properties, new methods. Okay, just say code cleanup. Code cleanup. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. But basically, I think we're in a good position to start reading the ABI, which is, oh yeah, I was going to show that earlier, wasn't I? Which is this, and then based on that ABI, generating these methods to add to the smart contract code. Okay, so I think that's all we've got time for today, but please go to yazz.com, check it out, try it, star us on GitHub, and yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, thanks, bye.